What's up YouTube, Yoke Gang? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to have the verses of the 5.7. We have the Smith & Wesson, the all new Smith & Wesson 5.7, and we have the Ruger 5.7. They are very close, very close, but we are going to find out today what I think shoots better, looks better, and performing and shooting would be the same thing, and I guess feels better. So, with that being said, let's go talk about it. Steffi, ooh, with your new hair. And
yo,
how are you?
Yo.
Ferdy. Who's in the back?
I got you.
You got me.
How can I help you?
Yes. Can we put 4 boxes of 5.7?
I got you. 4 boxes?
Yeah. All right. So let me close the door. Now, as I was doing my little comparison between the two as far as my research, there is very minimum, if none, when there is a difference between the two. Now, I'm gonna open them both and show you that they are clear. And we are gonna just assess the packaging really quick, and just so I can give you the whole setup for the boat. Okay, so right here on the left, we have the Ruger 5.7, and on the right, we have the Smith & Wesson 5.7. Let's do a quick clear check for both. Firearm is clear, and firearm is clear. Now, the Smith & Wesson 5.7 has a 5-inch stainless steel barrel. It has the white sights, the cutouts in the slide to, I guess, manage weight. The trigger seems to be a very nice trigger. Like I told you, if you haven't seen my initial review on this Smith & Wesson 5.7, make sure that you do, so that you can get the full rundown of this particular pistol. I did find the mag release to be nice and smooth, but the grip was just something that I just couldn't get over. And like I said before, it has the standard Smith & Wesson white sights. No big deal, it is what it is, but it does have a stainless steel barrel. Now, when we move on to the Ruger 5.7, the Ruger 5.7 also has a similar grip, but it seems to be a little shorter than the Smith & Wesson. They share the same barrel length, but let me turn that fan off right quick. Sorry about that. It's all right. It's a little louder. Okay, they share the same barrel length, but when you read it online, it is maybe a centimeter off, but when you're reading them on the side of the boxes, they both say 5-inch barrels. Now, back to the Ruger. The Ruger has a fiber optic front sight with an adjustable rear sight. It has serrations on the front and the rear, just as the Smith & Wesson does. But if you can see, the grip on the Ruger is a bit slimmer than the grip on the M&P. The triggers look like they could be similar, and your trigger guard on the Ruger is a lot larger than on the Smith & Wesson, if you can tell. Let's just do a quick side by side, like right here. The Ruger also has a cutout in the slide. It's not the double cutout. I guess that was just for cosmetic issues. I mean, not issues, but for just cosmetic views. The Ruger just has one solid cut, where the Smith & Wesson has 2. It seems like your Ruger may not be optics ready, but you have 2 screws here, which I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't have a plate or anything on here, but your Smith & Wesson is optic ready. Your rear sight is an adjustable rear sight, like I said, and I can give you that visual for both so that you can see the iron sights for yourself. Now, the Smith & Wesson does not have a safety where your Ruger does have a safety. Let me drop these slides for you right quick. Okay, your Smith & Wesson does not have a safety. The safety has been deleted, but your Ruger does have a safety selector switch on it. Mag releases, as you can see, the mag does not drop as easy on the Ruger, maybe because it is a plastic magazine, and on your Smith it slides right out, maybe because it's a metal magazine. So for speedy mag changes, I would see where the M&P would have one up over the Ruger, because that magazine is just not falling as I would like it to. Again, the magazines are empty and mag changes are done when magazines are empty. Now, your Ruger 5.7 comes with two 20-round magazines, where your Smith comes with two 22-round magazines. So you get 22 plus 1, so you get 23 with your Smith, and you get 20 plus 1, which would be 21 with the Ruger. So there is a capacity difference between...
Damn, you smart.
Huh. You like that, huh? There is a capacity difference between the two. Now, looking at them just, you know, as they come in the box, yes, the Smith seems to be a little bit more catchy. They give you a mag loader, but I guess that doesn't really make a difference. But with that being said, we will be shooting Federal 5.7 by 28 40 grain. We are going to shoot the same ammunition through both handguns because I want this. Oh, and I left out one of the most important things. All right, your Smith has a threaded barrel and your Ruger does not. Weight wise, the Ruger feels like it could be a little heavier. That might be a lie. They feel the same. But I can tell you that the grip is smaller on one than the other. If you can see how my fingers wrap around the Ruger versus the Smith. They both have optic rails. Hey, I'm ready. Let's go shoot. All right, y'all, let's suit them up so we can set them down range. All right, there's nobody inside, so we're gonna suit them up inside. Take lean. I'm a little excited. I've seen a lot of comparisons with FN 5.7, and we'll go ahead and do that too. Once I get my hands on that. Oh, great. Okay, so let me correct myself right now. They're not plastic magazines. They're both metal magazines. So they both share metal magazines. One is just polished steel and one is black. So because we went in, we did the Smith so soon, well, not too long ago. Y'all make sure y'all check out that video. So we're gonna go in first with the Ruger 5.7. There it is. All right, I'm excited. Send this target down. And let's get these first shots. All right, so we're gonna take our first shots with the Ruger 5.7. Crack nicely. What in that magazine? trigger seems to be heavier than the Smith. Yes, trigger is a lot heavier than the Smith. I can feel that on my finger. First magazine. And it looks like you really have to jam that in there. Slide went forward, that's fine. Yeah, that trigger is quite heavier. Quite heavy. Okay, first two magazines. I'm a little already. Let's take a look at the target. Okay, so that was first two magazines with the Ruger 5.7. I can feel weight, a lot of weight in that trigger. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this target, and now we're going to go in with this. Going in with the Smith 5.7. Wow. Slide went forward, that's fine. Two magazines, Smith & Wesson. Let's look at the magazine, at the target. Okay, Smith & Wesson 5.7, two magazines with this beast here. All right, let me back this up just a little bit. Let's look at these two targets side by side. So here we have the FN 5.7, and here we have the Smith 5.7. Now I do have two outs here, but it looks like my shots were a lot more central with the Smith compared. Well, no, I guess I just needed one more shot to chunk that out, huh? With the Ruger. So let's get fresh target and do it again. Okay, so we are gonna go in again with the Ruger 5.7. All right, Ruger 5.7, I'm gonna try to drop the slide with my thumb. That was very hard. Trying to feel it, yo. Yeah, that slide is really hard to drop. Got these little shards coming back on me. I'm trying to find that 22 feel in here. The shoot is a lot rougher than the Smith. Off rip first 2 magazines. Okay, let's switch the target so we can shoot the Smith. Okay, this is with the Ruger 5.7. I sped up my shots quite a bit, and I got 2 outs here. Not as isolated as I would have liked it to be, but hey, this is why we're running this test. All right, Smith, I think I've made my decision already, honestly. I think I have. All right, Smith & Wesson 5.7. I'm gonna also try to drop this slide with my thumb. A lot easier. I've made up my mind. I have completely made up my mind. Let's look at the target. Okay, so here we have the shots with the Smith & Wesson 5.7. Still quite isolated. I got a few outs. Like I said, I was trying to speed up my shots with both. I think I've made up my mind. Should I keep going? Let's make sure. Let's make sure. So we're gonna keep this magazine, and then we're gonna go Smith first. I mean, keep that target. Now, as far as loading goes, I find that the Ruger magazines are a lot easier to load than the Smith magazines. That's just an observation, but the mag loader comes in handy because it helps a lot. they got about 15 rounds in each magazine. So I'm gonna just let it rip. We don't take ammo home. Very nice. That hiccup there was my fault. That was there. I let up. She's clear. The Smith & Wesson 5.7. All right, now the Ruger. Woo! Shells flying everywhere. I know I got a hair full. And that was the Ruger 5.7. I have made my decision. Yes, I have. So let's clean up so we can talk about it. All right. Let's go talk about it. Oh. Now this is definitely one of those situations to where I say I would love to rob Peter to pay Paul. 100%. But I can say that both of them shot very well. Very, very well. But they are some things, these things are hot. Hot, 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 hot. So a quick clear check. That is clear. And the clear check here. That is clear. All right. First thing, let's run from top to bottom. Now, if I can take the Ruger sights and put it on the Smith, perfect. If I can take the Ruger grip and put it on the Smith, perfect. As far as the Smith slide goes, the slide is a lot softer on the Smith, and on the Ruger, the slide seems to be a lot tighter. Triggers. I found the trigger on the Smith to be a lot crisper and less heavy than the Ruger. Now, the Ruger trigger, I did find myself getting a little fatigue when I was shooting. I can also feel it in my finger as far as the indentation from that actual safety that's on it. But dropping the slide on the Smith was a lot easier for me to do so than the Ruger. I was able to do it, but I had to use both thumbs, and that's not ideal if you're in the field or if you're actually shooting, to have to come off your grip that much to put pressure with both fingers to drop that slide. Mag release, mag changes. Now it's moving a little faster. I think it's because it's greased up. I hadn't shot this in a long time, so I did add a little bit of lubricant to it. So since I've done that, I'm noticing that the magazines are dropping a lot easier. But the Smith, we didn't have that problem off rip. The magazine was dropping without any issues. Look-wise, they're both equally unattractive. They're not ugly, they're just unattractive. They're both equally unattractive, but the Ruger, in my opinion, has a more solid look. If you look at it, it looks like, I know the Smith in width is 1.1 and the Ruger is like 1.2 something. I mean, it's so minimum to where it really shouldn't make a difference, but if you really look at it, you would be able to tell the difference in the width. But like I said, if I can take and add, it would definitely be a monster combination if I was able to do so. But in my opinion, because we're reviewing and we are comparing the two, in my opinion, the Smith & Wesson 5.7 outshot the Ruger 5.7, in my opinion. Like I said, there are some things cosmetically that I would change because it's not comfortable for me. But other than that, an excellent shoot. It felt like a honest 22 shooting this gun. Now, when I was shooting the Ruger, it was a little heavier, I guess because it has so much more of a sturdy feel on the Ruger 5.7. When I was shooting this, I didn't really I expected the weight to take up or absorb more of that recoil, but it didn't do what I thought, but not as well as the Smith. Yo gang, what did y'all think? What did y'all see? What did y'all like? What do y'all prefer? What is it that you have? Drop that in the comment. By now everybody should be in the chat and we should be chopping it up. But today we did it. We compared the Ruger 5.7 to the Smith & Wesson, the all new Smith & Wesson 5.7, and I had a great day. Y'all already know I love it when things work, and y'all know that I love y'all for life. Peace.